Good morning, everyone. This is the AM update for April 2nd. The International Red Cross has called off its planned evacuation of Mariupol because of unsafe conditions, and Ukrainian officials estimate that there's still 100,000 civilians remaining in the ruined city. Russian soldiers have been spotted planting mines and laying booby traps during their retreat from various cities. This is likely to slow Ukrainian efforts to pursue them, but also those mines will be left for, unfortunately, civilians to stumble upon by accident. Zelensky has fired two Ukrainian generals in the security service for being traitors. One had already fled the country prior to the Russian invasion. The Pentagon announced an additional 300 million more military aid for Ukraine, including rockets, drones, and armored vehicles. A spokesman from Kazakhstan's presidential office says Russia wants Kazakhstan to support them, but we don't recognize Crimea or Donbass. Yes, we are in a union with Russia, but it doesn't apply to this situation, and we won't help Russia avoid US and EU sanctions. Russia's investigative website Agents Media published a story connecting the dots of Putin's disappearance and doctors staying near him at various times to conclude that he's had back surgery and either has or is seriously concerned about thyroid cancer. One of the Kremlin's tools for hiding it is using pre-taped appearances and meetings that they released when Putin is in hiding. At least one of these self-imposed isolation incidents is due to COVID fears because he has an elevated COVID risk if he does have cancer. 620,000 Ukrainians have returned to Ukraine since the start of the Russian invasion, most of which are military-aged males. So, pretty good, sizable force to reckon with for Russia. The EU says it's eyeing further sanctions, but the sanctions won't affect Russia's energy sector, which is Russia's biggest moneymaker. So, the EU continues to be unwilling to kind of hamstring itself with Russian energy, but it funds the Russian war effort. Italy says it's ready to guarantee Ukraine's neutrality. If you remember, the United States and other Western nations, including the United Kingdom, have said they are not willing for fear of a direct confrontation with Russia. The Defense Military Intelligence Directorate says Russian troops set up an open air market in the Belarus town of Narulia, where they are now selling stolen jewelry, cars, cosmetics, and currency that they have acquired from Ukraine. And Sean Penn and the Ukraine Air Force called for US F-15s and F-16s to immediately be sent to Ukraine to fight with Russia. The problem is this is an emotional plea, and this makes no sense because it takes months. They said 3 weeks, but it doesn't take 3 weeks. A US pilot, it takes an additional 6 months of training to learn how to fly an F-16. Not to mention that there's a lot of back end there. Where are these pilots going to be trained? Are they going to be leaving their battlefield to go train? Is there going to be maintenance? Who's going to be train the mechanics? That takes a year of training as well to be a fighter pilot mechanic. So not sustainable.